Why are you looking at me like that? You look like I'm a weirdo. I'm not saying anything at the minute. Just trying to work out where to put my bloody feet. Bloody hell. Right, I better get some fuel first before we do anything. Good morning, everyone. This is Wayne from Triple B on my first review post-lockdown. Review for newbies. If you don't know what these reviews are all about, have a look in the description. I've got bored of droning on and on about what these reviews are all about. Needless to say, I am popping my Harley cherry today on this little beauty, a Harley Davidson 48, very kindly loaned to me by Maidstone Harley Davidson. All their details are on screen now, and then the links below. So I'm going to shut up, get on, and see what it's all about. I'm struggling with these foot forward things, though, has to be said. I'll go through the specs a little bit later, but keyless ignition. There we go. No idea what gear it's in. Oh, this is weird. Jeez Louise. Come on, people. So, as I mentioned, this is my first review since lockdown in the UK, or the easing of lockdown. I was actually scheduled to review this Harley way before then, because to be honest, love or hate them or indifferent, I do like the Harley. I specifically like this 48 out of the styles that they have. I have to be honest, the whole cruiser bikes, the big bikes, not my personal preference, but the 48 is a very cool looking bike. Definitely noticing initially this whole foot forward thing. It's a bit, if you're not used to it, it's going to take some getting used to, that's for sure. So I'm planning on trying to be maybe a little bit more professional with these reviews, and I've had lots of time to think over the past 3 months and what to do and how to do them a little bit differently, but more specifically to help the new and inexperienced riders. So I know that I need to stop repeating myself, so I'm going to try and stop saying so all the time. I have 6 top tips. These are going to be the 6 key points that, for me personally, when choosing and deciding on a new bike, are the 6 points that are most important to me. Hopefully, if you can take anything from those points and it helps you, then job done. These 6 points are just my personal opinion and from my limited experience, have really helped me. So I'm going to do a general review of the bike, a walk around, and then give you my 6 top tips. Now, I've just been speaking with the guys at Harley, as to be honest, I've never really gone into depth with Harley bikes, the specs and the whole Harley thing, and they've sort of gone over and told me about this bike. This is a stock 48, so this is exactly as it comes out of the factory. Now, as we know, there's lots of Euro 3, 4, 5 and 6. This bike is spec for Euro 4. So the point they made out was it doesn't sound like a Harley because it has standard pipes on it to meet Euro regulations, but it still sounds quite fruity to me. But one thing I do know is the catalogue is huge of Harley parts. Companies like Hanson Vines, you can get some slip-on cans, and they said the standard thing would be to take these cans off the end pipes and put some standard Hanson Vines pipes on it, which they said are about 500 quid, and that will give you your Harley sound. It's a shame they haven't got them on here, because it'd be nice to get the full Harley experience. First impressions though, cool. I'm going to use a lot of cliches today, but it is cool. If you like your sports bikes, your super bikes, your plastic faired bikes with all your leather outfits, that's absolutely fine. I love all types and styles of bikes. A Harley possibly wouldn't be my go-to choice, but as I was saying earlier on to a friend, if I had the money and had the space and had the garage, there would definitely be a Harley amongst the collection, because it is one of those bikes that just makes you feel cool. That wind in your face is lovely. Now, one thing I can notice straight away is I came over here on my new old temporary KTM 990 Super Duke. It's the second time I've ridden it. I got it last Saturday. I got to be honest, it is not the most comfortable of bikes to ride. This is ridiculously comfortable, this seat position. I could just have a TV in front of me and I'd be at home in the armchair. It's lovely. You could ride for miles and miles and miles and not get uncomfortable until you come to a standstill when everything starts heating up. Just want to make sure I'm on the right road. Yes. Right, that's all right in the middle of the road, you balloons. Okay, first press of the brakes. Not great. Okay, let's give them a bit more welly when they work. The mirrors, under bar mirrors, take a bit of getting used to, but once adjusted, they actually give you quite a good view of what's going on behind you. Trundling along in second gear. Got some, yeah, nice. Yeah, I can go. Is that the place I was on about? Okay, so what are these 6 points? So, in number 1, seat height. Number 2, bike height. Number 3, bike weight. Number 4, bike power. Number 5, rider aids. And number 6, riding position. Nice. Those 6 points seriously help me every time I look at a bike when I'm deciding whether it's going to be my next steed. So at the end of the review, I'll have a walk around and we'll discuss each and every point and how each of those points can or can't assist you. Oh, fucking hell. My bad. Turning circle, not that great. Ooh, sounds like a lovely fire on the go. So why did I choose this Harley in particular? Well, because it's nice and low down. Most Harleys are low down, but it's just the styling of the bike I like. I like it a lot, actually, I've got to be honest. I know that, I'm not going to go into all the stereotypical things about Harleys. I don't care, really, I've got to be honest. This bike is designed in a specific way. Air-cooled, old, thumping, high torque, not necessarily a high BHP, but it's certainly got a lot of torque behind it. But it also has a lot of modern technology. Keyless ignition, things that we take for granted on a normal bike, like the indicator stalk, one on each side, simple, perfect. Give me that any day over the normal little silly little thing that are on most bikes nowadays. Self-cancelling indicators. It's got a gyroscope, so when you go around the corner, I put the indicator on there, so gyroscope knows I've gone around the corner, and the cancel, look, let me go around the corner, they're on. Once I come out of that corner and straighten up, yeah, go on, he says, okay, I'm going to go around that corner. Oh, stop it, wait, I'm going to try that again. Right, so let's pretend I'm going round about here. Need a bit of a lean angle, obviously, because we're going around the corner. Straighten up, bang, they've gone off. Love it. Love it. I know a lot of other bikes have self-cancelling. A lot of people don't like them, but I had them on my Triumph Explorer and then they stopped working. Go figure. This comes standard with ABS, so in terms of rider modes and aids, that's about it. That's all you get, ABS. There's no other bells and whistles in terms of rider modes or cornering ABS or anything like that. You don't really need that on this sort of bike, let's be honest. These roads are a bit better. I'm not going to say anything. Okay, I've pulled over so we can have a quick walk around the bike and do the specs. I had to pull over because I was literally burning. It was actually a really hot day today. So here we have, this is a 2020 Harley Davidson 48. Prices start from 9995. This is just the base model. As I say, there is a catalogue of options and extras you can get for this bike. But to go for it, this is an air-cooled Evolution V-twin. 66 brake horsepower, 96 Newton meters. It's definitely very, very torquey all the way through the revs. Very, very torquey. 5-speed, belt driven. All the Harleys are belt driven, all the newer ones. Front suspension is just standard front suspension. It's not adjustable or anything like that. Rear suspension is adjustable for preload. You have here, there is access so you could have a second seat, and the sissy bars is what they call them, so you could have a passenger, in which case you could adjust the rear suspension so that it doesn't bottom out. Front brake is a 300mm disc dual piston. Initially when I first tried it wasn't that great, but I'm trying it again. Once you if you use it with force, then yes, it's more than capable. Rear brake 260mm disc with a dual piston caliper. ABS as standard on Euro bikes. In America apparently it's an option, but because of Euro 4, all bikes have to have ABS as standard. That's pretty much it in terms of safety features on this bike. What else do we have? Oh, it is A2 compatible, so it can be de-restricted for people who don't have a full unrestricted license. Fuel capacity 7.9 litres. It is definitely a very small tank. Fuel gauge, there isn't a fuel gauge, but it just lights up. The fuel light lights up, and I believe he said you got about 20 miles once the fuel light comes up. Weight, okay, 225 kilograms. Is that wet weight or dry weight? Yeah, I believe that's dry weight. So it is a heavy bike. Length, also it is quite a long bike, to 2.165 meters. Rake 30.2. If that means anything to you, doesn't really mean anything to me, I've got to be honest. It does mean that it doesn't have a great turning circle, I know that. Ground clearance is a nice low bike, 110mm, perfect for us newbies. Comes in 5 colours. There's also the 48 Special Edition, which has got, I believe they call them the ape bars, so they're much higher up, and it also comes with a bit more extra chrome. I believe that's at the same price as well, 10 grand. So it is a lot of money for your bike, a lot of bike for your money, no question of that. Right, what we do, we're going to ride back now, and I'm going to have another walk around and go through the 6 points, which are the important areas I feel for us newbies. Yeah. So here we go. These are my top 6 key points for the Harley Davidson 48. Number 1, Seat height 710mm. Very, very low. I'm 5'9.5". Your height isn't really important. It's your leg height up to your crutch area, and I believe mine's about 88 centimeters. So obviously I can stand over this bike perfectly. If you're vertically challenged, look, you can see plenty of room on the floor. In terms of seat height, the 48 is perfect. Number 2, bike height. Right, I was going to get my tape measure out, but I didn't. But when I say bike height, I'm, for me personally, talking about to the top of the tank, because once that fuel tank is full up with fuel, that's extra top heavy weight. This is a very low bike, so again it ticks all the boxes in terms of height. If you compare this to, say, my Triumph Explorer, the adventure bike, the tank height was up there somewhere, and it made the bike very top heavy. It was a very top heavy bike anyway, but it's an adventure bike. You can't really compare the two. But when I talk about the bike height, that's what I mean in terms of how high the tank up is, because obviously once you've got fuel is heavy, it adds extra weight to the top, and as a newbie rider you don't really want a very top heavy bike. This isn't. Number 3, bike weight. Well, wet weight, so with all your oil and fuel in, it's about 252 kilograms. It is heavy. As a comparison, that Diaval I reviewed a few months ago, that was 218 kilograms. The Harleys are heavy bikes, which normally wouldn't be a good thing, but because they're so low, those two kind of counter themselves. I mean, walking the bike around could be difficult, because it is just so heavy. But for a newbie, inexperienced rider, I think it's something you could get used to very quickly. Number 4, rider aids. Well, this doesn't really have any rider aids apart from ABS. If you're in Europe, it's going to come standard ABS. There's no rider modes, no traction control, no wheelie control, no ride by wire or anything like that. All you've got is ABS. So I would say for a newbie that's not a plus point, but at the moment I'm saying the other points kind of outweigh that. Number 5, bike power. Right, well, it's 66 horsepower, it's a 1200cc, and by sort of European and Japanese bikes, 66 horsepower doesn't sound a lot. Don't let those figures put you off. This thing has a lot of torque. It's got 96 newton meters of torque. If you compare that to the Diaval, which was 157 brake horsepower but had 129 newton meters, the Harley 48 has 96, so there's not a huge difference in it, and you can feel that it has lots and lots of torque. This thing could pull a caravan or 4. It just pulls and pulls and pulls, and it is so much fun. But it doesn't scare you. It's not a nasty, it doesn't bite and stab when you pull on the throttle. It's a nice slow but just a constant pulling. Number 6, rider position. Okay, so this is clearly an upright cruiser. It's ridiculously comfortable, lovely comfortable. You could ride on this all day long. However, it's got the footrests are very far forward. Yeah, it will take some getting used to, definitely. If you haven't ridden that style before, it will take some getting used to. I wouldn't say it's a plus point. It's something you would just have to get out there and practice and do it. Overall, all those points, definitely you could use this. You could ride this as your first bike as a newbie or an inexperienced rider. Compared to the others that I sort of reviewed so far, this is up there. If you sort of say this or the Diaval, this all day long in terms of you successfully riding and starting your biking career on a new big CC bike, you would not struggle with this compared to, say, the Diaval, which might bite you a bit more. So there we have it, people. The Harley Davidson 48. it's been an absolute pleasure riding this. I've got to be honest, I absolutely love it. I really do. So thank you for watching. I apologise if it's been a bit rusty. It's going to take me a while to get back into the swing of things. Please leave any comments you've got below. Please subscribe, hit the bell button, and all of those other things. Thank you once again, Maidstone Harley Davidson, and I appreciate you letting me have the time to ride this bike in these weird, strange times we live in. See you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.